Mr. Herschel Pro, and so many more. But now it's time for us to go ahead and get started because we are at the top of the hour. So, with that being said, thank you all again for attending our April session of our ILCA 5-day challenge, our Monday night recap. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for this evening. Now, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is being used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 6 years, he dedicated his life to learning about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out, share his information with the masses, and he did this by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right. Thank you for that introduction, Miss Casa, and welcome everybody else tonight. This is our Monday night live recap call, and as Miss Casa said, my name is Brandon Ivey. I'm the founder and CEO of Ivy League Crypto Academy, ILCA for short. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for entertainment, training, and educational purposes only, and it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. So it's hard to believe that the month of April is already passing us by. This year is going by pretty quickly, and this is a very pivotal year in the crypto space. We've already had several milestones that we've never experienced before, like the Bitcoin spot ETFs going live with BlackRock leading the way. This was also Bitcoin halving year. We also have wars and rumors of wars. This is also presidential election year. So there's a lot taking place that's going to impact our finances one way or another. And we need to be in position to be able to take advantage of it and make the right decisions to make the right moves. And that is where our crypto education comes in. And this is why we put on the 5-day challenge, because there's a lot of people out there that might hear about Bitcoin, they hear about crypto, but they don't understand what that means. They don't understand the impact it's going to have in their lives and why they even should pay attention. I saw somebody made a post today on social media that I didn't even think of it that way. That said, it doesn't matter if you don't like or understand blockchain technology, but eventually everybody will be plugging into it the same way we plug into the internet today. And I thought about that for a second. He said he's absolutely right. In the 90s, not everybody was excited about the internet, understood it, or even thought that you needed it in your life. Today, turn off Wi-Fi for 5 minutes in your house and see what happens. We can't operate without it. That's the same thing that's going to happen with this technology for blockchain. So I almost panicked today because I couldn't find my slides. I haven't done this type of recap in a couple of months. Last month, I did a special on the recap call. We kind of went into what ILCA Elite is that we had just created. So the last time I did this was maybe 2 or 3 months ago. But the title for tonight is about how to make money in crypto. Now that you've learned what Bitcoin is, what cryptocurrency is, and last week we covered what is cryptocurrency, what is blockchain technology, what is the Bitcoin halving that just took place. Why was that important? Like people thought, is it just like Y2K and it's not going to mean anything? Oh, it means a whole lot, but it's not something you will see the impact of immediately. We talked about post-halving, what to expect after the Bitcoin halving. And then we talked about how will the Bitcoin halving impact decentralized finance, which is the future of the global worldwide financial system that all of us will be engaged in. But now let's talk about how to have success with Bitcoin, even if you are just getting started. There's a couple of key things that you must understand. And this is a reality check for a lot of people. Most people are going to fail in life financially, not just fail at life. I don't mean that, but I mean from a financial point of view, most people are going to fail financially. 93% that have a job don't have good salaries. 93% of the people don't have good salaries. 95% will not succeed in business. 97% will retire broke, dependent on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. Most people do not have $1,000 in their savings account. Most people cannot afford a $400 emergency without going into debt. That is one of the things I was really grateful for, because I have financial literacy and I've been doing well in business. And the other day, I took my car in just to get an oil change and walked out with a brand new car. How'd that happen? I was prepared for any eventual circumstance. You know, I always state this: when you start your journey on being an entrepreneur, you know, since most people are living paycheck to paycheck, the only time they get extra money outside of what they normally expect on the 1st and the 15th is if they get a tax return. And you're excited every year with that extra money, from whether it's a couple of $100 or a couple of $1,000, and you use that to maybe put down on a new car, maybe take that vacation you needed, maybe a house and home repairs, save it up for your kids' college. You know, you splurge a little bit on it, and then you got to wait for the next year, not realizing that's not that you got bonus money. That was your money in the first place, tax return. But that's the only time most people see having extra money. And then it feels weird when you start making more money, when you have enough money to pay all your bills, and then you have an extra $1,000 in the account. How does that feel? Because I know a lot of people, they got a nice house and a nice car, and at the end of the month, their bank account is next to empty. But what about all your bills are paid and you have an extra $5,000 in your account? How does that make you feel? What about all your bills are paid? You're not in debt and you have an extra $10,000 in your bank account. What about 50,000 or 100,000? That is something most people will never experience. Not because they're failures, but because they lacked making the right decisions that will put them in an industry where they can receive that type of money in the first place. The system is not designed for you to see that type of money. The system is designed for you to just survive, earn just enough to pay your bills and nothing more, so that you can get any excited ideas to do something different. The system needs you on the plantation. But most people don't even have a $400 emergency without going into debt. This is the reality. So knowing the reality, what are we going to do about it? Well, we got to start thinking outside of the box. Digital currency is the new financial revolution. And thinking out of the box is not new. Uber, a transportation company that owns no cars, is almost putting the taxis out of business. What about Amazon? Started off as a online, not even an online bookstore, just you can order books and have it shipped to you. But it's now become the world's largest retail chain that has no stores. I mean, probably 80% of the shopping I do, not my wife, she still likes going out and going buying stuff. All of this stuff, I just got some new stuff from Amazon. I get stuff almost every day. Packages coming. And for me, it's like Christmas, because I order so many stuff, I forget that I ordered something until it arrives. I'm like, wait, what is that? What did I order? And then I open it up. Oh yeah, I remember ordering that. It's like Christmas. World's largest retail chain that has no stores, that has created one of the world's wealthiest men. Airbnb, a hotel chain that owns no property. And then we got Bitcoin, this thing called Bitcoin that is changing the world. What is so revolutionary about Bitcoin? Well, one, it is not controlled by any entity, government, Federal Reserve, business, CEO. It's universal. It has the same value worldwide, no matter where you are in the world. It's permissionless. You can send it anywhere around the world. And you don't need permission, and it happens in an instant. And it's limited in supply, which means the value will always go up as there's demand. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin on the planet. There are more millionaires and billionaires than there are Bitcoin. And when they finally figure it out, that each of them can afford to purchase one whole one, but there's not enough for every single one of them to have it, Bitcoin skyrockets to the point it becomes out of the reach of some of these millionaires and billionaires. And if it becomes out of the reach for them, what is it for you? Which means right now is the right time to get your hands on as many Bitcoin as possible. I always stated that if you own one whole Bitcoin and you don't sell it and you sit on it, you're good. If you just own a quarter of a Bitcoin, you will still be in the top 1% of all money holders in the world. I saw in another report, another billionaire said this. He said, the average person should own at least 0.008 Bitcoin. He did the math. Just 0.008 Bitcoin. And you hold that for the next 10 years. You're going to be in a very good situation. Now, Bitcoin went from 0.003. Oh, this is the graph I need to update. 003 in 2009 to more than $73,000 today. In 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, the world's first global decentralized cryptocurrency. In 2009, Bitcoin's value was less than 1 penny. 2010, it got to 40 cents. Oh, good. This is giving me a headache. I've been doing this slides for years. And now that we are 4 years removed from the last halving, looking at this, 2010, it was 40 cents a Bitcoin. 2016, $600 a Bitcoin. 2021, it got to 69,000. 2024, $73,000 a token. If you would have invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2010, how many of you had $100 in 2010? I think everybody could have found a way to get their hands on $100. Today, it will be worth over $60 million. But what is blockchain and what is Bitcoin? That's the question most people have, and the reason why they don't get involved, because they lack understanding. Don't allow, because you don't understand something, to stop you from being involved in an opportunity. In fact, the way the human brain works, anything you don't understand, you think is all automatically either a scam or it's risky or is not worth your time. Instead, say, what can I do to learn what this is all about? That's why we have ILCA. But people say, want to know, is this real? If the IRS is taxing you every year for it, you better believe it's real. Am I too late? That's a question people have. How do I buy it? And most importantly, can I spend it? Well, let me tell you one thing about the 4 keys that I've learned to having crypto success. I figured this out from trial and error. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Full stop. I have people that call me up, Brandon, I got $50,000. Where should I put it in crypto? Start with your education first, and then we'll go from there. Not Brandon, you ain't hearing me. I said I got 50K. I don't have time. I'm going to give you a direct little quote. One guy said, I don't have time for your little education. And I started laughing. And he didn't mean it in a disrespectful way. It's just that his value of it was low, not his value of me. His value of taking the time to get crypto educated was on his lowest spectrum. He's like, just tell me where to put the money. I said, I can't do that because you're going to end up losing it. Education is key. It is everything. Because once you get educated, then you will know the answer to that question. And you will be able to move in such a way that you can take as little risk as possible. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. This is where a lot of people get it messed up. And a lot of it's because they're following somebody else that they respect, somebody else that they feel has the knowledge because you refuse to get the education yourself. So you're trusting somebody else's judgment on your financial situation. And they're not qualified to do that because they don't know your financial situation. They're making decisions that's best for them. People say, Brandon, why should I trust you and listen to you? You shouldn't. Use me as a guide and then figure out, okay, what is it that Brandon's saying that can fit into my current situation and my current goals? Because I'm on a different level. What I do and how I move, you may not be able to do so in the same fashion. And if you do try to move like me, you might get hurt and lose a lot. I might be able to afford taking a big risk. You may not be able to. We want everything to work, but we can't guarantee that everything does because most things are not in our control. All we can do is get positioned. So if you don't invest money you cannot afford to lose, when things don't go right, it's not going to kill you in your bank account. Rule number 3, always get your investment back. This is another place where people fail. They make money and they forget to take a profit, or they get greedy and want more before they decide to get their money back. Always, in every move you make, always go in knowing, what do I have to do to at least make my money back? That way, even if it doesn't succeed, at least you didn't lose. So what I shared it, I think earlier this week, I said, whenever I see a project and whatever the projections they have, because they have projections, they're a business. They got a roadmap. They have a projection on what they want this to do. And I say, okay, if you fail by 90%, can I still make a profit? That means, can I at least make my money back and make a little bit of a profit if you fail by 90%? If the answer is yes, and you only can get it 10% right, I move forward. But with money I can afford to lose, and I work to make my money back. The ILCA Elite, the opportunities that we have in place is designed with this in mind, for you to make your money back and be in profit. Both opportunities that we talk about right now. So always make your money back as fast as possible. And then rule number 4, where do you see yourself in the future? This is something that 90% of people fail to do. Most people, once they get to high school and then college, fail to plan for the rest of their life. They get on their job and then they have 401k and they just hope for the best after that. But where do you see yourself in the future? Before I ever got into crypto, when one of my mentors was teaching me about mindset development and about personality traits, and we talked about this last night a bit on our team call, and having a conversation with people doing the feel, felt, found method, one question you ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? And what's your goal to get there? That second question trips them up. But the first question, they really think about it. Well, 5 years, I hope I'm still working. I hope I'm, not homeless or anything. Yeah, okay. Well, any other grand goals, ideas? And you'll hear, yeah, well, maybe married, or maybe, celebrating my anniversary, my kid graduating from school, little things like that. But you got to force them to think bigger. What about financially? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now financially? Ask yourself that question right now. And your brain is going to start to twirl. Your eye just looked up to the right. When that happens, that's because you're thinking. You're like, where will I be 5 years from now financially? If you're making the same amount that you're making right now, you're at a loss. because inflation happens every year. Are you improving your financial situation every year for the next 5 years? Huh. No. Then you cannot afford to automatically say no to what I'm presenting to you. You have to at least, for your benefit, vet it out. Because what you're currently doing is not working and is not going to work. And you just now realized it. So where do you see yourself in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years from now? And then what are you willing to do to make that happen? So a second part of that question is not only where do you see yourself, what would you like for yourself to be? Where would you like to be 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself is what you consider your reality based on what you're already doing right now. You know what the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over again, yet expecting a different result. So if you're going to be doing the same thing 5 years from now that you're doing right now, you're going to get the same results, if not worse, that you're doing right now, which is why you always got to grow. You always have to evolve. James R. Davis, last time I had him on as my panelist, he kept saying, man, Brandon always, he always like reinventing himself and always, he's always sitting on top, doing different things. You have to keep moving forward. The earth spins, the sun comes up. It's always moving forward. You can never be in stagnation. Now, when you figure out where you would like to be, because where you see yourself is not satisfactory, now you make a decision on where you actually want to be. Now you can start to work backwards. This is the struggle I have with Miss Casa. When we talk all the time, Miss Casa is focused on how. How do I do it? When I want her to focus on why. What is it that you want and why? The how is not important right now because you can't see how things are going to happen yet. You first got to know where you want to go. And then where you want to go, then we can work backwards on what vehicles is going to get you there. Most people operate the opposite. They say, you know what, I'll dream when I have $1 million in the bank. You know what? Once I start doing this, then I'll figure. No. You've got to already see it first. It's almost biblical. Have faith, eyesight without seeing, or seeing without sight, how that works. And then work backwards because the universe will start working in a way that you don't even see. You can't even contemplate. You know that old saying, more money, more problems? Things are going to come into your world that is not in your world right now because you're not even thinking on that level yet. That you got to be prepared for. It's called the ship to nowhere. You ever heard that term before? Down here in Long Beach, you can take what these call these cruises to nowhere, where the ship, you can book it. They've got ships that go out to Catalina Island. And then they got you actually really in Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara, you get on the boat, you go out there, and it'll circle around in the ocean for 2 or 3 days and then come right back. So you're just out in the ocean for 2 or 3 days going in a circle. The ship to nowhere, rudderless ship. That's what most people is moving through life, like a rudderless ship. So figure out where you want to be, short term and long term, and then find a vehicle that's going to make that happen, or vehicles. Take action, get focused, and don't get distracted. Now, this is the difficult part. Since we're dealing with crypto, there are so many avenues that you can move in on. There are so many avenues you can move in on. And you can't be a part of everything. You have limited resources. The scammer is back. Good grief. These guys do not. I need to block them first. Let me delete. These guys don't give up. There's a way I can block them. All right, be on the lookout. If you're on Facebook, and you get any direct messages from someone like me, they've already copied my pictures and everything. So I'm going to have to change that up again. Anyways, once you figure out where you want to go, and then you figure out what opportunity, you can't get distracted by every other opportunity. That means sometimes you're going to say no to great opportunities. And that's where other people don't understand. And I get into it with them all the time. What do you mean, no, Brandon? Did you look at it? I didn't say no because I didn't think the project is good. I said no because it's not the right time for me right now, based on what I'm currently doing. What really you should be asking, what is it that I'm doing that affords me to say no to your great opportunity? That should be your question. And then take action. 5 tips to investing in crypto. Do your own homework. So even if you come on one of my presentations or my trainings or anybody else's, and we're talking about something that we may be excited about, don't just take that as gospel. Still do your own homework, because what's good for me may not be good for you. Although I try to move in a way that's good for everybody. That's how I operate. But still, with the education, you'll recognize maybe this isn't the right time for you. Maybe in 60 days from now. Maybe not at all. Maybe you want to take advantage of one opportunity that we're doing, but not the other. So still do your own research. That's why I interview any project that I'm getting involved with that I liked seriously. I interview the people behind them in front of the audience, so you guys can see them directly yourself. You're not just taking advantage of what I say. It's difficult to do that, Judy, because I have to pause and I have to say why I'm pausing. And I have to warn people that there are scammers out there. There are scammers who want to take advantage of the good that we're doing to steal from you guys that are beginners. Because last time I didn't say anything, one of our members sent them $2,000. And then they come to me like, I just sent you 2,000. No, you didn't. So I've been through this before. I got to do it a certain way. Proceed with caution. Proceed with caution on everything. I don't believe everything that's presented to me. I come in with a skeptic mind, but I'm still open, an open but skeptic mind, not a closed skeptic mind, an open skeptic mind. And then I assess it. If you fail by 90%, can I still make a profit? And then I'm cautious with how much I get started with. That's rule number 2. Don't invest money you cannot afford to lose. So proceed with caution. Diversify effectively. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I've made this mistake several times, and it's come to bite me on the ass. Even though I was taught you can't ride 2 horses with one ass, that's not the case here. The average millionaire has multiple streams of income. When I count out latest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 streams of income. Maybe more. Income that's coming in from everywhere. So if one stream dies, you still have others to come in. That's what ILCA Elite is all about. ILCA Elite is there to offer multiple streams of income. But don't get it twisted. You can't have this. People say, well, Brandon, how come you're still saying no to my opportunity? You can't have multiple streams of income until you secure at least one stream of income. Diversify effectively. Keep your coins in secure wallets. So we go over this, and I'll be doing the regular 5-day challenge in May with the regular courses. We'll talk about wallets and whatnot. But if you're not in control of your private key, you're not in control of your crypto. So if you're trying to store, so we tell people as a beginner, create a Coinbase account, attach it to your bank account, and you can buy Bitcoin and stuff for the very first time. But you do not use Coinbase as your long-term wallet. You then take your tokens off of Coinbase and you move it onto a wallet that you control. I suggest 2 wallets that I use. I use a lot more, but 2 that you guys can use: Exodus and MetaMask. MetaMask for your day-to-day, you're doing transactions, you're involved in other projects. MetaMask is very multi-purpose. But to store, if you want to store, Exodus would be a good one. And you can still get access to that very quickly, and you can swap, you can do things with it. Those are the 2 I would recommend starting out. But Coinbase to buy your Bitcoin for the very first time, and then get crypto educated, and you'll know how to maneuver in other wallets. Prepare for volatility. You got to understand the market's going to go up and the market's going to go down. You can't have emotions in this space. But you know that even when the market goes down, the only way you lose is when you sell at a loss. Even if the market goes down, just hold on to it. Wait for it to come back up, because it always does. Remember that other slide? Bitcoin at one point was 10 cents and 40 cents. Then it got to $73,000. So if you just hold it long enough, it's going to come right back up. I needed to take that slide out. Money-making activities. There's short-term money-making activities, and there's long-term money-making activities. One short-term is trading. Learn the skill to trade, even if you're not going to be a day trader. In our crypto talks in the morning, one of the skills on learning how to trade is learning how to read the charts. Knowing what the charts are doing, knowing how the market is moving, knowing what coins are going up, what coins are going down, that you could trade on and make money on the volatility. When it comes to day-to-day trading, it really doesn't matter the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin can be at 70,000 or 15,000. It doesn't matter. What matters is how much percentage did it go up in 24 hours or go down in 24 hours. Learn the skill of trading. That skill set, nobody could take from you, and you're a walking ATM machine. That's how I got started. I flipped $30 into $700 trading. I then took that $700 and started investing it in other projects and ICOs, but I kept trading. 3.5 months, I had 6 figures. Between September 2017 and December, the end of December 2017. And I had a little bit of luck, because that's when Bitcoin went from September, I think it was at 3,000, 4,000, all the way up to 20,000 by the end of December, by December 17th. But then this is where the education kicked in, because after December 2017, and then you go to 2018, what happened? 2018, the market came down. And when the market came down, people were losing money left and right, because most people at that time only got in when the market was rising. So they bought on the high. And then when the market came down, they thought that they were losing their money, and they were selling. I make more money when the market goes down than I do when the market is going up. And again, that has to do with trading, learning how to trade. So how do you learn how to trade? Well, I have a lesson on that. It's my third lesson, how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I've got 15 videos in there. I'm showing you on exchanges live. Well, it was live when I was recording it, doing the trades and learning the skill sets. And then we talk about this and we do this every day on Crypto Talk. So be a part of our community. Mining. I believe you must have nodes in your portfolio, some kind of nodes in your portfolio. I'm mining with more than 20 nodes. Actually, more than that. Oh, now that we got Get Fit, we're mining there too. I have multiple mining going on in multiple different projects. Why? Because now you are receiving tokens on a daily basis. Even if you don't get out of bed in the morning, every day you're receiving tokens, you're accumulating, mining. Have that in your portfolio. Investing in coins and tokens. This is also building your crypto portfolio. If you're brand new, people say, what, Brandon, what token should I invest in? I can't give you investment advice. Let's use a little bit of common sense. If you're looking to be long-term, then you want to look at some of the top coins on the market right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, BNB. Those are the first, but really just Bitcoin. Bitcoin. And then when you're crypto educated, because most people say, yeah, but I want to find the next Shiba Inu. I want to become a Doge millionaire again on the next ones that come out. So you've got to be have education before you start dabbling in, I call them the meme coins. Got to be careful with. Investing in projects. This is what will make you ultimately wealthy. Investing in projects. See, you can make some money on your coins. That's not going to make you rich. Maybe you get the right coin, but investing in projects will make you wealthy. In the 90s, anyone who invested in Microsoft, in Apple, in Alibaba, in Amazon, in Yahoo, and then Google, and then Netflix, all of these net-based companies in the early days are done today. So since we already know that blockchain technology is going to be one of the biggest opportunities or the biggest technological revolutions the world has ever seen, then we want to find companies that's going to position themselves, whether new companies or old companies transitioning into using blockchain technology. We want to make sure those individuals or those companies, we can get our money in the early days. And you never know which one's going to become the next .com boom of a company. You never know at that point. So investing in projects. So when I look at projects now, I'm not just looking at, does it have a coin or a token? I'm looking at, how can I make sure I can be invested in this thing long-term and benefit from it? The future really is, you want to look at decentralized projects also. Decentralized projects is the way to go. And if you have no resources, people say, well, Brandon, I have people making all this money in Bitcoin because they have money to invest. I don't. Never let the lack of money stop you from an opportunity. There's always a way if you're willing to work for it. And one way is joining networking opportunities that allow you to take your effort and you be rewarded for your effort. Or Get Fit, take your physical activity and be rewarded for your physical activity, and you use those rewards to invest in other things. Joining networking opportunities. Dollar cost averaging is a strategy I taught my mom, and she's doing it right now. You don't need to have crypto education to do this. Dollar cost averaging just means this. Decide how much you're willing to invest short and long term. Instead of putting it all in at one time, break it up over a period of time. Tomka, you are being targeted because I know you're brand new. Just want you to know you're being targeted right now by somebody pretending to be me. Okay, so don't pay attention. I am not able to block them doing what I'm doing right now. All I can do is continue to delete. But I want you guys to just be warned. So instead of putting it all in at one time, you break it up over a period of time. Create a budget for yourself, whether it is daily, weekly, or even monthly. Don't worry about what the cost of the coin is or Bitcoin is. At the beginning, my mom would always call, oh, the price went down. Should I be worried? Should I sell? Nope. Oh, the price went up. Should I do it? Nope. Just keep doing it. Whether it's $50 a week, $50 a month, 500 a week, 500 a month, whatever it is, just keep dollar cost averaging. And don't touch that money for 5 years. If you have children, create a Bitcoin wallet for them and just put like a piggy bank, maybe $10 a week in Bitcoin in their wallet. And you do that for the next couple of years. By the time that kid is old enough to access it and know what's going on, they now have some money. The goal is accumulation of crypto assets, which means sometimes you will be buying when the market is down, and sometimes you'll be buying when the market is up. Do not worry about what the cost of the asset is today. Our goal is where will it be in the long run? Going back to emotions, like a league of their own, there is no crying in baseball. If you make decisions based on emotion, you will lose every time in crypto. Pay your taxes. Now, I am not a licensed financial tax advisor. Only thing I can say is if you're involved in crypto, do not attempt to use crypto as a way to avoid taxes. Pay your taxes. Consult with your licensed tax advisor. Now, people who understand the power of Bitcoin in this era will be one step closer to finding their financial freedom. Now we want to introduce you to, now that you've gone through the 5-day challenge, for those of you who say, well, I'm ready to learn more, Brandon. I want to be a part of our ILCA community. Well, great. In our ILCA community, we're going to teach you everything you need to know about Bitcoin from our basic courses, Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and even the Internet of Things. All of our videos are done in streaming video. You're going to learn how to buy your first Satoshi. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Store your Bitcoin safely in crypto wallets. Purchase and sell with Bitcoin. Trade cryptocurrencies. Learn how altcoins work. These videos are anywhere between 5 minutes to 15 minutes to 30 minutes long. Even with Bitcoin 101, this course is designed to take you through the history of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Each video is designed to take you through a step-by-step process to know the fundamentals of the technology and how it works. Once you have completed this course, you will have a more than a basic functioning understanding of blockchain, how to purchase Bitcoin, and how to use it. So what do you do now? Well, now you want to get yourself signed up. You already did the first step of joining our 5-day challenge, and hopefully you made the choice to become a VIP member, which is only one-time cost of $99. You're a VIP member for the rest of the year on every 5-day challenge that we do. Another choice you have is to join our inner circle. The inner circle is I do crypto talks on a daily basis, Monday through Thursday for our private inner circle, and then for the public on Saturday for at least an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes longer. I show you guys live some of my wallets, some of the moves that we're making, opportunity alerts. We do researching different projects that come across our desk. We pay attention to the news. We go over white papers. We have crypto talk 16 hours every month at least. You have access to our community where it's not just me you're getting information from. It's the entire community. All for 29, I got to change that. $49 a month. There's another individual out there with the same name as me charging $1,000 a month, $999 a month. And you get access to him for 4 times a month. 4 times a month. How he justifies that is kind of similar to me. Do you know one-on-one with me is $250 an hour? So if you get me for 4 hours a month, that's $1,000. That's how he looks at it. $250 a week. That's how he looks at it. You have me for much longer than 4 hours a month. A whole lot more. In fact, I think I'm doing too much at this moment. But you want to join our inner circle for $49 a month. We also have our before I talk about our courses, we have our diamond class. Let me talk about it here. I need to update this slide. Our diamond class is $99 a month. And what are you getting for that? You're getting the 5-day challenge, VIP member, inner circle. Also, I teach in the evenings every Tuesday and Wednesday night. I take one of the lessons from our courses and I teach it live. The same way how we do the 5-day challenge. How I go over that. Do you realize those are actually courses in our portfolio here? I just do it live. So instead of you just watching the video, you now get me live, and you know me, I go off on tangents. I make it relevant to what's happening right now in the world, and you're able to ask questions. You can't ask YouTube questions when you see a YouTube video, because that's what people say. Brandon, why should I get your courses? I can just go on YouTube. Yeah, good luck with that. But we've got 10 courses: Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, How to Trade Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency, Internet of Things, Decentralized Finance, NFTs, Metaverse, and then Web 3.0, tokenization, and what we're starting tomorrow night, the artificial intelligence courses. We have 15 videos in that starting tomorrow night. For $99, you get access to more than 150 videos and our diamond class and everything else we have. That is the best package that you want to have. And then we created the elite group. What is the elite group? Well, I've said this before. I believe that what people need the most is crypto education. However, that's not what everybody wants. What everybody wants is to make money. Brandon, how do I make money? So I had to figure out, how can I get this set up so you get the crypto education and I put you in a position to win and make money at the same time, so you're earning while you're learning. Well, we created the ILCA Elite Group. This is actually separate from ILCA. I've got separate rooms for this. So for the people who are saying, yeah, Brandon, I understand education, but I need to make some money right now. Do you have any programs that you feel confident in? Yes, we've got 2 programs covering at least 3 ways of making money in these programs. And these programs offer you the ability to earn passive income without having to recruit, where I know you'll make your money back and you'll be in profit. So everybody wins. The first project is called DFY, Done For You Airdrops, where we hire a professional team that's going to search for the greatest projects that have the most likelihood of success. They do the research, they do the airdrops for us, and those airdrops come into our wallet. And they've done it in a way where they've got a certificate of promise that they know that we're going to receive at least $150 worth of tokens for each airdrop. So we are not only make our money back, but we're in profit. How can they promise that? Because if you don't on their first airdrop, they'll just keep doing it until you do. That's how. The second part of that project is called Insights Trading, For those of you who say, yeah, Brandon, I understand that learning how to trade is important, but can I have somebody do it for me? Yes, we've got a system in place that's doing the trading for you. Now, what separates this from the other trading platforms and Forex out there that have failed or outright scammed everybody? All right, he's telling me it's time for me to stand. What do we have for that? Well, what about having a program where the tokens are in your control? You're not giving them your money. You can set the parameters of how you want it to work for you. And you can stop and pause it anytime you like. And we've already been using it, so we already know the results. So we've got airdrop passive income, we've got trading, and neither of those require you having to recruit anybody to make any money. And there's no monthly auto ship. The third is called Get Fit Mining. This is, if you've been following me, you notice this is what I've been talking about the most. Why? How would you like to be able to be positioned to earn anywhere between $500 to $1,500 a month without having to recruit passively on your own physical activity, not having to sell juices and lotions and potions and pills, just your physical activity, walking, jogging, running, hiking, swimming, exercising, playing with your kids, mowing your lawn, walking your dog, playing with your grandchildren. How would you like to get paid for sleeping? See, this is an app that takes the data from the fitness apps already on your phone. And your physical activity powers the miners on that app, and it generates you tokens. So now you are mining. Remember I talked about mining earlier? Now you're mining for tokens on a daily basis with a token that already is on the market and already has value to it. So that's 3 opportunities where you can earn significant amount of money without having to recruit while you're learning about what cryptocurrency is all in, so you know what to do with the money that you've made. One of the biggest mistakes that I made the first time I made 7 figures, I was not taught what to do with it. So remember what I said, how does it make you feel if you paid all your bills, you got an extra $10,000 in your bank? Yeah, I lost my freaking mind and I didn't know what I was doing. The second time around, I knew what I was doing. So ILCA Elite in our group is there to show you what to do now that you've got this extra cash, how to make it work for you. Money is your employee. In fact, sooner rather than later, I'm going to be doing a series called The River of Money. Maybe this coming Saturday, I'll do that. I got to look at what we got going on. But we'll do The River of Money, so you understand what money actually is, the resource, and how to make it work for you. As a disclaimer, this information is intended for educational and training purposes only and is not to be construed as investment advice. As with all financial decisions, you should contact your licensed financial advisor before investing in any financial instrument. So the only thing I am selling here is education. I'm not selling an investment. So that brings us to the end of our Monday night recap call of our 5-day challenge. The next 5-day challenge is going to be the week of May 27th, starting on Memorial Day. May 27th, that week will be the next 5-day challenge. You're welcome to come back. Here's one thing that I've learned as well. It doesn't matter how many times you see this information, you're going to gain something new from it every single time. My ILCA has been around for 2 years now. I've been doing this every single month. And I still learn and gain some insight every single time. And I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy teaching to the community. And most importantly, I enjoy when somebody in the community actually takes that knowledge and they let it work for them. I've got people who have made 6 figures and 7 figures off information they learned from our education. And that's what I'm most proud of. And that could be you as well if you choose to take action. But we extend an invitation for you to join our community. I've got 4 minutes. If anybody has any comments or questions or anything you'd like to share, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll call upon you. The next, as far as the ILCA Elite opportunities, I will be doing a Get Fit Mining presentation tomorrow morning. Oh, I will wait. Inner Circle tomorrow morning. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing a Get Fit Mining presentation. Get back to whoever invited you. They will give you that link so that you can see what that's all about. Get positioned. I'm also giving away free stuff. Who wants free stuff? So I'll be doing that tomorrow. And then tomorrow night will be our Diamond class for our $99 a month members in our Diamond group. And we will be going over the first lesson on what is artificial intelligence. We're going to do a deep dive into that, especially since WorldCoin is back on my radar screen. When Judy shot me an image yesterday of an AI project delivering some computer to the people behind ChatGPT and also the dude behind WorldCoin. So if you're in our inner circle, you know my issues with WorldCoin and what they're trying to do. And I've got red flags all over the place with that. So now that we're going to talk about artificial intelligence, we're going to get into that kind of stuff too. So I can't wait to do that starting tomorrow night. So with that, I don't see any hands up. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of our last 5-day challenge. And we're going to make the May one big for everybody. Take care. See you guys tomorrow morning in the inner circle. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.